Hello students, Standard 8. We are learning the chapter number 13, that is direct and inverse proportion. Now we learn about the both type of proportions. There is the direct proportion also and the indirect proportion also. What is the difference? That also you know about it. That in direct proportion, the ratio of two quantities is constant. Means x upon y is constant. While in inverse proportion, the product of both quantities is constant. In direct proportion, both the values either increasing or decreasing. But in inverse proportion, when one is increasing, the other is decreasing, and vice versa. So now, try this. We have to just watch the values given and decide whether they are in inverse proportion or not. So you can just multiply the values of two quantities. If all equal, then you can say that they are in inverse proportion, otherwise not. So I am giving it to you for the homework. So let us understand some examples before we go on the exercise. Example number 7 here is 6 pipes are required to fill a tank. To fill a tank in 1 hour 20 minutes. In 1 hour 20 minutes. How long will it take? How long will it take if only 5 pipes of the same type are used? So now, let time taken for 5 pipes to fill the tank be x minutes. Now, we will make the table that number of pipes and time, especially time we will convert into minutes. So when there are 6 pipes, time taken is 1 hour 20 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes plus another 20, so 80 minutes. And we have to find that only 5 pipes are there. Then what is the time taken? Now, what do you think? If you use less pipe, will it take more time than 1 hour 20 minutes or lesser hour? Means time will be increased or time will be decreased. Obviously, you will see that if 6 pipes are there, the tank will be filled quickly. But if 1 pipe is gone, only 5 pipes are there, it means that the time taken will be more. So number of pipes is decreasing, time is increasing. So it is a case of inverse proportion. So we have to write down if number of pipes is less then it will take more time to fill the tank. So, it is a case of inverse proportion. So, we know that in inverse proportion, the multiplications are same. So, therefore, 6 multiplied by 80 is equal to 5 multiplied by x. In the direct proportion, we were taking ratio 6 upon 80 is equal to 5 upon x. Here, multiplication. So, 6 multiplied by 80 divided by 5 is equal to x. 96. So, x is equal to 96 minutes. So 96 minutes means 60 plus 70, 80, 90, 36 minutes. So 60 minutes means 1 hour. So 1 hour and 36 minutes. It means that to fill the tank, if there is only 5 pipes, then in case of 1 hour 20 minutes, you will take more. 1 hour and 36 minutes. So here we have to understand, if you take direct proportion here, your answer will be totally wrong. So as I told you in the beginning also, that if it is given direct proportion, you can do it. If it is given inverse proportion, you will easily do it. But when nothing is given, you have to decide by observation, by thinking that now 6 pipes are there, then time taken is that one. So 1 pipe is gone, it means less water will come. So to fill the tank, the required time will be more than the given time. And therefore, one is decreasing, the other is increasing. So it's a type of the inverse proportion. Let's do the another one. There are 100 students in a hostel. Food provision for them is for 20 days. How long will this position last? How long will this provision last? If 25 more students join the hostel, join the group. So here also you can see that for 100 students, the food provision is only for 20 days, means that will last for 20 days. Then everybody will get the food. Now what happens? More 25 students joining that group. Means 100 plus 25, total 125 students are there. Then will it last for 20 days? Then more than 20 days or less than 20 days or equal days? Obviously, the food will used up quickly, so it will take less time. Means it will not long more than 20 days or 20 days. It will take less days only. It will last for less days. So here also it is a case of inverse proportion. So let the food will last for X days if 25 more students join. So now we will make number of students and number of days. So if there are 100 students, then how many days? 20 days. And if more 25 means 125 students, then X. So now if there are more students, food provision will last for less days. So here also it is the case of inverse proportion. So now we have to multiply them. So 100 multiplied by 20 is equal to 125 multiplied by x. So 100 multiplied by 20 divided by 125 equals x. 25 5s are 25 4s are and 5 4s are 20. So x is equal to 4 4s are 16. It means that the food provision will last only for 16 days because there 25 students more joined the group. So it will last for some less days. So it will last only for 16 days. Next example now. If 15 workers can build a wall in 48 hours, how many workers will be required to do the same work in 30 hours. So given that if there are 15 workers, they will take 48 hours. So now if you want to finish the work earlier, means in 30 hours, then how many workers will be needed? So here you can see that if you want to finish the work, you are supposed to have more workers. So number of hours decreasing, then you have to increase the number of workers. So here also it will be the inverse proportion. So let X workers will be required to build the wall in 30 hours. So now number of workers and time. If number of workers are 15, they take 48 hours. So now 30 hours, then what is the number of workers? So here as time decrease, we should employ more workers. So it is a case of inverse proportion. So we multiply them. 15 multiplied by 48 is x multiplied by 30. So 15 multiplied by 48 divided by 30 is equal to x. 15 2s are 30. So we need how many? In place of 15 workers, we should have 24 workers, so we can complete our work in 30 hours. Next one. So here actually the examples are finished. We have to start the exercise now. Exercise 13.2. Now, in exercise 13.2, question 1 is only the true or false. Not actually true or false, but you have to check that is it the inverse proportion or not. So that I think you can think yourself. Let us discuss some of them. First is that the number of workers on a job and time to complete the job. Obviously, more workers, then less time. So it's a inverse proportion. The time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in uniform speed. So now, if the speed is uniform, then it is time taken for more distance will be more journey. So here it is not inverse proportion, but it will be direct proportion. So as you can see that you will be able to do it by yourself. So now let us start with the question number 2. In question number 2, I am not writing the whole question, but we will only draw the table. What is given that in a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh is to be divided equally amongst the winners. So if the number of winners are increasing, then what will happen? The money they will get will be less. So here it will be the case of inverse proportion. So here we will write down the table first. Number of winners and price for each winner. Price for each winner. So if there is only one winner, that one winner will get the whole money, means 1 lakh rupees. Now there are some different values given: 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20. 2, 4, 8, 5, 8, 10 and 20. For 2 also they gave 50,000. So we can take here x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. So here it is a case of inverse proportion, as if the number of winners increasing, each will get less amount. So now we can take that one. So 2 multiplied by 50,000 is equal to 4 multiplied by x1. So 2 multiplied by 50,000 divided by 4 is equal to x1. 2 2s are 4, 25,000. So x1 is equal to 25,000. So if there are 4 winners, each one will get only rupees 25,000. Then we can take that also. That is 2 multiplied by 50,000 is equal to 5 multiplied by x2. So 2 multiplied by 50,000 divided by 5 is equal to x2. So 10 2s are 20,000. So each will get still less amount, 20,000. Similarly, we can take this also, not a problem. That 1 multiplied by 1 lakh is equal to 8 multiplied by x3. So 1 multiplied by 1 lakh divided by 8 is equal to x3. So now four 2s are 50,000. So 50,000 divided by 4 means x3 will be 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 4 5s are 20. So x3 is equal to rupees 12,500. Now going to same way, you can find x4 and x5. Do it yourself. Because we have to follow the same way to find the answer of that. So here we are going to finish the session. Will be followed by PDF. And any confusion, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.